It looks a lot like the streets of downtown Tijuana. Same shops, same taxis, same bargains. But here in Mexicali, across the international line from Calexico, California, many people come in search of something else. Chinese food. They're visible on just about every block. More than 100 Chinese restaurants. Even the tourist guides refer to Mexicali as the Chinese food capital of Mexico. Juan Lee is the manager at one of the biggest restaurants, El Dragon.
Here, the Chinese food is more original than the U.S.
Here's why.
You can see here our kitchen, all the Chinese cook are Chinese, and all of them, they come from their country.
Many Chinese people, like the cooks behind the counter, still proudly speak their native tongue. But in the restaurant, out comes a second native language, Spanish.
For all of us born here, it's just part of our family. You go out for Chinese food.
Many, like Lee, are second generation and consider themselves part of a unique culture.
For me, when I'm working here, I feel I'm Chinese, 100%. Why? Because it's my job. But outside this business, I feel I am both Mexican and Chinese.
This is what brought many of the first Chinese settlers to Mexicali. They were hired as laborers to build an irrigation system. But not all of them made it. These photos reenact a tragedy in the early 1900s when 160 Chinese people died trying to make their way to Mexicali. When the work was finished, many Chinese stayed on. They settled in an area of downtown Mexicali known as La Chinesca, or Chinatown. This is all that's left after a fire nearly destroyed it all several years ago. The Chinese people of Mexicali continue to struggle to preserve their own culture and tradition. That's one of the reasons this giant kiosk was built right at the entrance of the city as you cross the border. And it serves as a constant reminder to all the people in this region that there are two very distinct cultures that sometimes mix. Professor Eduardo Ayon Geraldo is an artist and president of the Chinese Cultural Association in Mexicali.
We feel very happy and proud to live on this Mexican soil. We love this land as if it were our own.
The professor uses his artwork to call attention to the Chinese culture. He encourages the children to be not bilingual, but trilingual.
So many of the children easily speak two languages. Then because we are on the border, you will also find many who speak English, Chinese, and Spanish.
There are Chinese schools for children and classes for adults who need to brush up on their Spanish.
Little by little, we motivate them to remember while they are in Mexico, they still have to remember their Chinese roots.
No matter where those roots are planted now. Laura Castaneda, Channel 4, San Diego.